Hello, Josh, guys. And today I'm going to be doing a automotive review on the Tesla Model 3, as well as an interview with the owner that I have next to my side. Say hello, owner.
Hello.
And so yeah, let's go ahead and go get punching it. Woo! So the Tesla Model 3 is probably one of Tesla's biggest selling models right now in the whole lineup. It is the cheapest one to actually get into. You have the rear-wheel drive model, you have the all-wheel drive dual motor model, and then you have the performance model. And this is the dual motor model, so it makes around 310 horsepower. They did up it
310 miles
310 miles
of range.
of range as well. I believe they did up the horsepower to 360, correct? For the new ones.
Correct.
Okay, so, but yes, so basically, this is what you get. You get a very, very elegant design. Basically, no air vents on the side, to the right or left, or in the middle. You have this beautiful infotainment screen right here that you have right now, as you see the owners currently showing the autopilot. It's the autopilot, and as you see, there's also automobiles that pass through, and when it's an SUV, which is a little cool little detail. I love little details like that. You have your maps on the side. You can also do Apple CarPlay, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have your fan speeds down here. If you click here, you can direct your fan speed like that. You see up and down. I really like that, the way that does it. Yeah, it's really, really cool. And you can adjust your fan speed as well. You have your seating control, the heated seats. There's no cool seats for the other trims, correct? Or even this one. So if you're looking for cooled seats, you probably might as well get the Tesla Model S. Tesla Model S basically gives you all of the creature comforts of a luxury model for a relatively great price, actually, and for what I've seen. But yes, the seats feel fantastic too, though. It feels like the zero gravity kind of seats that you would kind of get used to with the SpaceX that Elon Musk is currently active in. So these seats feel really nice and firm. They hug you pretty good on the side. They have side bolsterings, correct? Yeah, they have side bolsterings. So one of the things I really want to also talk about is, ownership view and how much it costs to own this over the years you've had it. How many years have you had this, actually?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, so you've had this almost 2 years, and have you seen a increase in the amount you pay for charging your vehicle, going to a supercharge station, compared to you owning a gasoline model, or no?
So this car does, when you charge it, say for example, at my house I have a wall charger, and it will charge about 44 miles an hour.
Okay.
And FPL, which is the utility company here in Florida, they charge 9 cents per kilowatt.
Okay.
So this does about 11 kilowatts of charge an hour. So it's about a dollar an hour that will give you 44 miles.
44 miles. Okay. So that's not too bad, especially if you're working in the city or kind of around the rural area. Would you say the rural area would be better to have more range in that sense?
Actually, you have better range, city versus highway.
Okay, so you have better range. Okay, got it. So,
for example, if you charge for 5 hours, you're gonna pay $5 for 220 miles of range.
Wow, and then basically me going to a gas station, I would be paying 38 or 40 something gas because of the gas prices raising right now.
Yep.
As well, so that's a huge saving. And what about your bill? So it's basically just paying $5 for the one charge.
An hour for 44 miles.
Okay. So then when you go to supercharge, right?
Right.
How much does that cost? Is there kind of like a certain year that they give you for free?
So the supercharging will cost you about 26 cents per kilowatts.
Okay.
So it's almost 4 times more than if you would charge at home.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not as bad at all.
It's still cheaper than gas.
It's still cheaper than gas? Okay. So now we kind of understand that. So what about maintenance-wise? So, I know that this vehicle doesn't have a combustion engine. This is all, electric battery and everything like that. What about maintenance? How much does it cost for maintenance?
So right now, I had this car now for almost 2 years. It's got 31,000 miles. I paid zero maintenance. The only liquid that you have to fill in or fill up is your windshield wiper fluid. That's it.
I wish it was like that for internal combustion engines, but you have to do oil changes and as well as different things. So what about the brakes? Have you done anything for the brakes?
Nothing for the brakes.
Nothing.
What Tesla requires is not a specific miles in your car, but every 2 years you take it for some sort of maintenance, which I'm not there yet, but I would assume it's just to maybe lubricate, whatever, make sure everything is fine.
Yeah, lubrication for like the wheels, like the brake, especially brake pads as well.
Right.
And I know that this model has, well, basically almost all electric vehicles have regenerative braking. In city, especially in city, it works perfectly. It works perfectly because of the stop and go traffic. Talk to me about that a little bit more. What do you?
So this is
like?
one pedal driving.
Okay.
So right now I'm on autopilot. So if I brake, it will brake and create power.
Okay.
And basically, after a day or two of getting used to this, you basically time yourself. So when you do not accelerate, you know exactly when the car's gonna stop.
Okay.
So because you hardly use your brakes, that's why your brake pads last pretty much almost forever.
Okay.
But as long as when you don't accelerate, it is braking, and it's called regenerative braking, which causes power to go back into your range, which sometimes will give you about 2 to 3% additional range for your full range of that you have your battery.
Oh, that's really good then. I mean, that's good. Because I wish cars would have that kind of thing, but electric batteries make sense for that to happen. So in total, what is like what are the main things that you love about owning a Tesla product?
Tesla, the car, a couple of things. One, every morning I have a full range. I don't have to go to the gas station ever again.
Yeah.
When we had the Colonial gas pipeline hack, and there was issues with not finding gas, I didn't have that issue.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two, it's a fun car to drive. As you can see,
yeah,
you have instant acceleration.
Yeah.
This car, for this model, it does 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. But they also offer an acceleration package.
Performance model, correct?
Acceleration package for $2,000 more. It will decrease your 0 to 60 by 0.5. So this car does 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. But also, it will give you an additional 100 and some horsepower as well.
Okay.
All software related.
So you have to pay basically software to get the specific...
It's a software upgrade.
Okay. So, and that's somebody that comes out to you, or you just do it yourself?
Via air.
Via air? Okay.
On the app, you go ahead and everything is done on the app.
Okay. So you just go into the app, you say, oh, okay, I want a little bit more performance. I want to wow my, my people who are inside the car. You just pay whatever charge it is.
$2,000 and you got it.
And then immediately goes it goes straight into the cars.
Into the car.
Okay, all right. And especially with the camera, I know that you have the 360 degrees camera, correct?
Yep.
And that's the security camera as well.
Right. So it's called Sentry Mode.
Okay.
So your car has 8 cameras. It's like a dash cam, but for on the whole car. So you have a USB stick.
Okay.
That whenever you honk the horn, it will record what just transpired.
Yeah.
As well as if you park anywhere, it's recording 24/7.
So 24/7, even when you're not in the car, it's just specifically recording
at all times.
So that means that if anybody tries to break in or it's keys your car, I've seen a bunch of people
Everything's
who
recorded.
have keyed Tesla models and they post it online. So that's a great safety feature.
Yes.
As a whole, because then you can go ahead and report that and to report it to the police.
Right.
So yeah,
So that's number 2, Bennett. Number 3, I drive over 100 miles a day.
So you drive over 100 miles a day. Okay.
Actually, maybe 150, 200 miles a day, front and back.
Yeah.
And mostly highways. So when I use the autopilot feature, I'm not thinking. I don't have to worry about the road. The car will drive automatically for me with my hand on the steering wheel. It will change lanes automatically. If it's in a slower lane, it will change lanes.
Yeah.
So that takes away the stress. And if you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, guess what? No concern for me because I don't have to worry. The car will automatically move whenever there's space. So for me, my particular situation, this is a de-stressing car that helps me throughout the day.
Okay, and so since you said that you drive roughly around 100 and 120 miles per day, when you get back, what kind of range do you have roughly? If you were on let's say for example, you were full battery. I know that they require you to only go 90%.
Correct.
Of the battery life, so then it can preserve the battery life throughout the years you had it. How much do you have of range when you come back home?
So usually, if I'm traveling 120 miles and I'm not accelerating like I am now, then I will have basically exactly the miles that I use is the miles left I'll have for on my range. So if I have a range of 300 and I drove 100 miles, I'll have 200 miles left.
Oh wow, that's better than most internal combustion vehicles can actually do.
And again, city is better than highway.
Yeah, of course, because of all the stop and go traffic.
Yep.
Like for example, right here we're going down this straightaway, and there's not that many stop and go. There's not that much traffic here either as well. So yeah. So question. So are you interested in later on getting another Tesla product? Or are you committed into the Tesla product? Do you believe what Elon Musk is doing for the future of Tesla, as in offering the Plaid performance line? Do you think they're going to add that into the Model 3, or do you think it's only going to be exclusive to the top tier kind of models?
I think it'd be a top tier model.
Okay, top tier models. Okay, so you don't think that the Model 3 will ever get that kind of Plaid?
They'll have the performance.
They'll have the performance
right.
So kind of like this is kind of like a, if you think about it, M340i competitor as
the performance Model 3, yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So that makes more sense now. I was just wondering about that. I really do like though this whole entire screen. The only thing for me personally that I feel like I like more would be I would rather have the tachometer and odometer there on the side. That's just me, because I like having to not take my eyes off that much. Mm-hmm. But I see that when it comes to the speed and it shows the speedometer, the speed that you're actually going, it's actually relatively big. So you can see that on the corner of your eye just by glancing at it just for a few seconds, so you can kind of know. And not only that, you have the autopilot, which tells you already the speed limit in this specific area. Because of this camera that they have here, that goes ahead and tells you.
Right, but also think about it. The goal here is to have full self-driving, mm-hmm. full autonomous driving. Yeah. If that's the case, you don't need anything, mm-hmm. right? Because you're not going to be paying attention on the road or on the screen. You could check your phone and have the car drive for you automatically without any issues. So that is the plan that Elon Musk is trying to do, is to create an environment where it's very simple, mm-hmm. and let the car take care of the road and not you worry about the traffic or anything else.
Yeah. So basically kind of like a home away from home.
Yep.
So, okay, right. So what else do you like about the infotainment system? Because I know that you have more time with the infotainment system.
Right.
I have more time with other vehicle infotainment systems.
So I'm always on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always getting breaks to eat. I eat in my car because I have, when you're not driving, your car's parked, mm-hmm. I could watch Netflix, I could watch Hulu, I could watch YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'm basically being entertained in my car while I'm having lunch or doing work in my car.
Okay.
So it's like, again, having your home in your car.
Yeah.
At the same token, you also have the speaker system.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It's just like if you are in a movie theater.
Okay.
Surround sound, better than a movie theater. So everything that Elon Musk does in a car mm-hmm. is high end.
Okay.
He doesn't cheat in any other corner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another great feature of having this car.
Yeah.
Everything is high quality. The other reason why I love this car is very simple. If I'm in the mall and it's raining mm-hmm. and I don't want to get wet, I can summon my car and pick me up where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's part of the full self-driving package.
Okay. And then how much is the full self-driving package?
Right now it's $10,000. When
okay.
I got this car, it was $6,000.
Okay. So now it's $10,000. They raised the prices up because I guess that they added some more things to it.
Yeah, they're gonna have pretty soon the FSD beta being rolled out sometime this year, mm-hmm. which now, because right now full self-driving is only really highway.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be in city streets. Mm-hmm. So technically speaking, it will do everything for you as long as you have your hand on your wheel. It will take you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Automatically for you.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. Let me ask you about the speakers. You mentioned that it was basically like a surround sound at home movie theater. Are they from the manufacturer, or is it a different brand that makes it?
All manufacturer.
Okay, and they basically have the top of the line.
Top of the line.
Okay.
Top of the line.
Top of the line. All right. That sounds good. So about the doors, I noticed that the doors are are one of those electronically controlled one to lock and unlock. Is there a fail-safe mechanism inside of the door handle?
Yeah. So right here, there's a little like the door handle that you can so if whatever reason the battery dies, well, this is all electric, right? You can't get out, but you have your manual handle that you could open the car without any electricity.
So that's for all four, correct?
All four.
Okay, perfect. That's really good. And so space, what do you like the most? You like the fact that there is so much flatness in the back row and the front row as well?
Yeah.
Like how much there's actually
so
space?
I could charge my phone here. I have space underneath here where I could have up to 4 USBs.
Okay.
I have space in here as well, my center console. And then I have a front that I have space here. I have my trunk as well, but since there's no gas tank, you have additional depth of storage. So the space here is very adequate for what I need.
Yeah, I really like the ergonomics though of this car, and I really like the fact that it's lower center of gravity because of the fact that it's an electric vehicle and the batteries first of all, you have to have it.
It's a heavy car.
Yeah, it's a heavy car. It's like 4,070
almost 5,000, yeah.
Almost 5,000. So, I mean, it's really, really cool. I really like the way that they've done this, and this is open pore wood. You have, I believe, everything you feel is aluminum. Yeah, this is aluminum because it's actually really cold. You can feel like the way that it feels. And then you have suede Alcantara here. It's kind of like a faux suede, would you say? Or is it suede? I think it's suede.
But also,
you have a lot of space down here,
a lot of space on the side. You know, another thing about this car is you could change your steering mode from comfort, standard, or sport.
Oh, okay.
So if you want a tight, steering wheel, you click it on sport, and it's tight as if you're in a race car.
Yeah, you see, the thing is that also is like, for example, some other brands, like gasoline brands, actually don't have, what's it called, that kind of option. Like, for example, the car that I currently have, you put it in sport mode, everything gets stiff already. You can, for example, change the steering column feeling at all. You can change how you want your suspension to feel whenever you're driving. Punch it again. There we go. That was great. Man, the amount of torque you get from the stop and go kind of aspect is phenomenal, I gotta say. So
when you have a regular, ICE car, right? After a couple of years, it's outdated. So you have to get a new one. Even though this is a 2020 Model 3, it's like a 2021 because it's all software driven.
Yeah.
It's like an iPhone. You have software updates every so often, and it will download automatically for you, and you have the latest and greatest tech in this car.
Okay. So then let me ask you the question. Since you said that, do you think that there would be a new version of a Model 3 as in full exterior change, redesign, in the next 6 years?
Absolutely.
Or do you think that it's just going to continue to stay like this?
There'll be a refresh just like the Model S, just like the Model X. There'll be a refresh with a lot more enhancements. I wouldn't be surprised if they have the back center console screen, just like the new Model S that has it. That will all come as well. It's just making it where it's almost the same with every model. But of course, you have your advantages as well, whether it's faster, more aerodynamic. It's going to get to a point where every car is almost similar to its little own way, but with more benefits and more features.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. Because I know a lot of like brands, for example, you said that a lot of cars get outdated. Well, I mean, also another thing about the over-the-air thing, a lot of the new brands are actually, a lot of the other brands that, have been here for years are starting to do over-the-air updates. BMWs do it, Audis. But I know that it's a little bit different with this car because there's a lot of equipment on here that it's already on their standard, but you just need to do that over-the-air update, or you just need to add it on to the price.
Correct.
Okay. And let me ask you a question. Does your monthly payment for this car go up when you buy a performance part or your 360 degrees camera that you don't get from the factory?
All these features here are standard.
Okay.
All standard. There's nowhere you buy options here or there. The only thing that's extra, if you want, is the full self-driving package.
Okay, and then would that increase your monthly payment or no?
Well, you can either pay it separately, one time, or you could add it to your loan if you buy the new car, or pretty soon they're going to have a subscription base.
Okay.
Where I've been hearing either from $99 a month to $199 a month, where you can have the full self-driving as you pay.
Okay, that's interesting. That's I know a lot of brands do that too. In some ways, with the subscription-based, BMW did it. And they got a lot of flack for it. So let's see what happens with the Tesla fan base as well. Well, that's gonna conclude today's video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. It helps out a lot. Roughly, there's around 85% of you guys who are watching the videos right now who are currently not subscribed. So please make sure, if you can, subscribe. It would help us out. It would help me out, especially, to get out to a wider audience. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Have a great day.